Hi, I'm Katie from Trail Less Traveled, and today I'm going to give you a tour of our 2021 Apex Nano 194BHS. The BHS stands for Bunkhouse Slide, so this does have a slide, and in our opinion, it is the best bunkhouse under 5,000 pounds you can get. Let's take a look. Back here we have our outdoor kitchen, and this is on a magnet, so once it's open, you can just pop it up and it stays up. It does have a small mini fridge here, bottle opener, which is nice, and then some countertop space. Oh, it helps if you unsnap it. And it does also come with a propane grill, and this works with just one of the small portable propane bottles. And one thing that we did discover about this model is that there is some storage space you can use back here and underneath the grill. We took some accessories for the grill and put them under there, and then hiding back in this corner you can actually fit 2 shoebox sized tubs of stuff. So we actually are hiding some things in there for some extra storage. There is a plug outside if you want to plug in a TV or like your Instant Pot or something like that. You do have a plug on the outside. Again, you do have a magnet on your storage door, and then you have a storage that goes all the way through, and it's a pretty good sized storage. We got everything from our 37-foot travel trailer, and we're able to get it into this space, so it is a good size storage. This model does have a manual tongue jack, and it comes with 1 propane bottle. There is a version that you can get, I think it's called like the off-grid package or something like that. It has 2 propane tanks and then comes with solar panels on the top, so that is an option that you can get. But it does have the manual tongue jacks and the manual stabilizing jacks. So you have 4 stabilizing jacks, which is nice because on a rig this small, it makes it pretty sturdy. So this rig comes in at 4,800 pounds, so it puts it under 5,000 pounds. Dry weight on it is 3,600, so the 4,800 is your gross vehicle weight. This is the other side of the pass-through. It's got lots of room, no lack of storage, even though it is a small rig. So this is your freshwater fill to fill your water tanks if you're going to be someplace where you didn't have water hookups. We move past the slide. So this does have a black tank flush, which is excellent. We have had a rig that did not have a black tank flush, and the benefits of a flush are great. You do want to use it whenever you can. And then this is your city water connection, so if you have water hookups, you would hook up to that. You've got your black and gray tanks down there, and then you do also have an outdoor shower with hot and cold water, and then this you can actually move and place someplace else if you want it to hold the shower head while you are parked and camping. It is a 30 amp service, and it has a cable hookups back here as well, and then you do have storage for your sewage hose in the bumper. And it does come with a full-size spare, which is nice, so if you run into trouble, you've got an extra with you. It's a little windy out today, so we don't have it out, but it does have an awning that runs almost the entire length of this trailer, which is 22 feet 7 inches. And it does have an LED light under there that maybe we'll be able to show you here by the time we're done with the inside. But let's check it out. Oh, it does also have outdoor speakers. So let's check out the inside. So the door does stop this far open, and it does have like a little kind of stopper thing down here so that the wind won't catch it quite so bad. So that's nice. So welcome to our rig. It is small, but it has a lot of storage, and it can sleep 5, but it could even do 6 if you slept 2 kids on the dinette. And Steve is 6 foot, and his head and feet touch, but he can lay all the way out, so it is 6 feet long. We have a queen size bed, and it does lift up to access your storage from outside. It is a little heavy because we have a topper on it, but You can see that we can get to the pass-through from inside, which is nice. There is storage that goes all the way through on the top up here. You've got plenty of storage for folding items and things like that. So lots of space up here. You've got 2 windows on either side of the bed and then one up at the front, which is nice because it lets in some extra light. So this is a dinette. It's a good size. We can easily get 4 people at it. We can squeeze in 5, but you can also do a stool here to get a 5th person space to be able to eat at a table because it's a decent sized table. You have storage that goes the full length of the dinette under here. Even with all of our cleaning supplies and everything, we came from this rig to this rig from a 37-foot travel trailer with a bedroom for us, a full bunkhouse for the kids, huge kitchen, and everything essential that we needed, almost everything at all, we were able to fit in this camper too because it has such a good amount of storage. So between this space and this space, you've got plenty of storage under the dinette. This does fold down into a bed, and it's really pretty easy. So and you've got a bed big enough for 2 kids. And we will have 2 kids come out here and lay on this and show you the size when we get done with the rest of this. Over here you have your fridge. I'm not exactly sure on the cubic feet, but I will let you know. So you have a separate freezer and then a fridge that is decent size. So definitely nothing to complain about there. One of the things that we were looking for when we went to a smaller rig was that we still wanted a separate freezer and fridge, so like this, so to speak, full-size fridge in the camper. And it is gas and electric, so you can run it on either. So for a camper this size, you have an impressive amount of kitchen storage. You've got this cabinet up here above the sink that goes the whole length. You've got lots of space. I have even more room to put more stuff up there if I need to. You do have a nice sink with 2 sides, which we like because you can do like your soapy water in the big side and rinse off on the other side. This was another feature that we were looking for, was a big sink in the rig that we got, because we have had a dinky, just regular tiny RV sink before in our very first rig, and it's not much fun to do dishes in that. It also has the covers to give you more counter space if you so choose. Then you have a 2-burner propane stove, and it's, you know, this comes up for easy cleaning, and then you just kind of lift up to bring it back down so it won't fall on you, but it stays secure. So you also have a microwave, and then you have your under the sink storage. So you've got 2 shelves. One thing that we do not have in this rig is drawers. There are no drawers. So I had to get a little bit of creative, and there will be another video on organization and such, but I just kind of made my own drawers with some tubs in this under cabinet storage. So I've got like my pots and pans and cooking utensils, and then I've got cleaning supplies down on the bottom. But again, it's a big space, so I didn't have any problem fitting everything I needed in there. And then you get another bottle opener if that's important to you. This was probably one of 2 features that made us pick this rig over others, was the fact that you have a pantry. So there's a shorter shelf up top here, and then you have 2 long shelves that go all the way back to the wall. And then on the bottom you have the same thing. There's 2 more shelves that go all the way down to the bottom. I think this is going to be enough for us for food, and then we'll be able to use these bottom 2 shelves for like socks, underwear, maybe pants, pajamas, that sort of thing for the kids. So that's my plan, is to use this bottom for folding things for the kids, and then use this top part as our pantry. But this is one of the features that push this rig over the edge versus a lot of the other rigs this size. So here you have 2 standard size bunks, and they are very comfortable. Sometimes Steve and I will fight over sleeping on these bunk mattresses over the crappy one they give you in the front one. There is no storage below because you have your outdoor kitchen, and then this is where the hot water heater sits. So there is not any storage below. Still, there was enough give and take that this was a better rig. You do have LED push lights for all your lighting within the rig, but it's got a good amount of light. So then we'll be onto the bathroom. So the bathroom is small, but it packs a big punch. So you've got your coat hooks here that come standard in the rig. You've got a towel rack here. This is your tank level indicator, so you can find out how full your tanks are. You've got your water pump controls in here, and then you have some storage down here for a decent sized tub. This is about 11 by 12 sized space, so you can get a decent sized storage tub in here. Then another thing that a lot of these rigs don't have is a sink or a medicine cabinet in the bathroom when you get down to a rig this size. So we liked that this one had a medicine cabinet that you can use for storage, as well as storage down below the sink in the bathroom, which is kind of unheard of in a rig this size. The other thing that was the big selling point for us, and I know you can't see it from there, so I'll be sure to show you a shot on the inside, but you actually have a ward in here for like hanging clothes, or you could just fill it with tubs and shelves to get a lot of folding clothes. But you do have a ward, and then there's a bottom section as well for like towels and things like that. That's something that many rigs this size do not have. You have a tub and a shower, which is just tall enough for Steve at 6 foot. So if you're taller than that, you're gonna have to scrunch down to take the shower. It does have the little RV sized tub, which is nice if you have kids. We realized there were a couple of important things that we forgot to show you, like what the rig looks like with the slide in, and here's a couple other things we forgot. Over here, you have more storage. You could put like books, glasses, that kind of thing back behind the bed. I will point out this trash can that I searched long and hard for. It was a perfect fit to go in this space. Because I hate having a small trash can in the camper because it just fills up so fast. So I wanted to be able to have a decent sized trash can. So I found this one, and it just slips right in there, and we can just open it up and drop stuff in, which is fabulous. But at night, we do move it out so that we can have access to the 2 USB chargers, and then there's also a regular outlet down there as well. So here are all of your controls. So you've got your slide, your awning, and then this is the, what is this? I can't remember. Outside light. This is the outside light. I was like, what is this? We did add some hooks here. We like to hang the keys inside the door, so we added those. But then down here, you've got an outlet for if you wanted to do your coffee pot or whatever up here. And then you've got your stereo that has Bluetooth and USB or stereo. You can also do HDMI. I forgot to mention, we'll point it out, there is a spot for a TV where you've got an outlet and a cable jack above the bed, but we haven't figured that out or tried it to see how the HDMI, like if you run it across and it does the TV or what that does. All your AC controls are up on the ceiling. It has like an optional heat thing, and we are not sure about that. If you know what that is or how it works, put it down in the comments and teach us how to use it, because we have no idea.
It may be a component you have to add too.
Yes. And then it also does have like the WindGuard Wi-Fi thing, so you can get Wi-Fi added to it. We haven't done anything with that, but it's a possibility. So that's our rig. It's a nice little rig, and like we said, we think it's the best bunkhouse you can get under 5,000 pounds. So that puts this at a single axle, easily towable with almost anything. If you're in the market for a very lightweight bunkhouse, this is a great option. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe, because we are towing this thing with a Tesla. So we're towing it with an electric vehicle. We don't know how well it's going to work or not, so be sure to follow our adventures so you can see if towing with an electric vehicle works or not. Click that notification bell so you never miss a video, and we'll see you on the trail. And it's a little with. Let's make people think we're really weird. You're taking pictures of me. It is those darn cars. So there is a shorter shelf, loudest vehicle ever.